Every day I would come in and he would say something. So years ago, you know how I am with my 4 for 4 mantra. Like, it's, you're born here, you root for those teams. That's it. There's no excuses. You got to root for these teams. That's who we are. We are Eagles and Phillies and Sixers and Flyers. And that's who, and Union. And that's who we are. So Steve said to me years ago, all this football you love, fantasy football, all the technology, the red zone, all that stuff, it's eroding fandom. And you watch generations from now, not many generations from now, we will have a crisis of local fandom because it's so much easier with the world so connected to follow teams from all over the league. Used to be, right? Like, if you were a Cowboys fan, you couldn't, there's no way in the world that you could follow the Cowboys in a big way other than they were on TV. But, the newspapers weren't online. You couldn't just pop it up. There wasn't, now you could be anywhere and follow the teams and and get the inside, like you were around the corner. That doesn't matter now. But Steve foresaw that, and he said the youth will be affected. So sure enough, we're coming home last night. My Massimo and I are driving home from football practice. So we're talking, and I said something about the Eagles. I was like, yo, dude, something about it hurts, and they're going to be good, and this and that, and Barkley, and I'm like talking Eagles with him. And he said, yeah. He goes, but the Chiefs are better. I said, well, you can't say that now. Anyways, we get in this conversation. And he said, I like the Chiefs, Daddy, because I like the Eagles. I said, because then I asked him, I said, well, the Eagles are your squad. He goes, yeah, but I like the Chiefs too. And I'm sitting here and I'm listening to this kid, my child, and I'm going, what? What do you mean? Oh, well, I like the Chiefs. I like Mahomes. And then I'm going, what? Yeah, I like Mahomes, Daddy. He's the best. He goes, Jalen Hurts is overrated. This is my son saying this, 11 years old. Jalen Hurts is overrated. When I was 11, those dudes walked on water. Those guys were superheroes. I mean, I would go to Larry Boa, defending Larry Boa and defending, Randall Cunningham and Julius Erving and Charles Barkley and all those guys. I would defend them from criticism. And here's my own son, 11 years old, telling me Jalen Hurts is overrated. Mahomes, obviously Mahomes is the GOAT. I get it. But my son, you're not supposed to do that. Then I was like, I got to get off this subject. He's like, well, I kind of like Buffalo a little bit. I was like, what? So then I get off and I go, Dad, Phillies tonight. And then he goes, I said, Phillies tonight, 10 o'clock. I said, well, maybe you could stay up and watch the game with me. He said, all right. He goes, I said, they're playing the Dodgers. He goes, oh, yeah, Dodgers. And I went, the Phillies are your team, right, Daddy? Like, the Phillies are your favorite team. And he went, yeah, the Phillies are, but he goes, I like the Dodgers, too. I'm like, you can't like the Dodgers. You have to hate the Dodgers. He said, Ohtani's the greatest. I said, you got Bryce. And my whole world is shook today over my son, who could be a rat. I right away, this is our teams. We don't stray. You can like players, but you can't like those teams. So I'm in a battle. So I want to talk about youth and fandom today. And so Steve's going to join us. But let me get to my cohorts.
We all silly like the mayor.